What is going on, college sports fans? Welcome back to another call-in stream. I think I'm officially going to call this the Talking College Sports with Danny podcast, something like that, since we're going to be doing it every single Thursday. So as always, if you guys are watching this as a video later on, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and join us next Thursday because we do this every week live, so then you guys can either call in to the stream, talk live on here with me, or talk to the chat in the comment section, ask your questions there, and that will bring topics in to me that we can talk about here on stream. So join us next Thursday if you're watching this as a video later on. If you guys are here live right now, then make sure you guys hit that like button. Helps your boy out a lot, and make sure you guys are subscribed if you guys aren't already. Yo, what's up, Taco Falls Dad? I haven't seen you in a minute. How you been up? What you been up to, bro? Yo, what's up, GL Pat? How y'all doing today? Should be an interesting day. There's actually a good amount of stuff to talk about, college basketball and college football stuff. The big news that I want to talk about is Gonzaga, and I'm going to make a separate video about Gonzaga probably in a couple of days. But man, Drew Timmy's returning, and they just picked up Malachi Smith through the transfer portal today. I mean, that is just ridiculous. Gonzaga is going to be stacked again. They're going to be one of the favorites to win the national championship again. That is just ridiculous, man. But yeah, Gonzaga is going to be stacked. A video is going to come on that in a few days. Also, Houston, they are going to be in the conversation for a championship as well because Marcus Sasser, along with Drew Timme, withdrew from the NBA draft last night. So Marcus Sasser will be back with Houston, and Houston looking pretty tough. They are definitely going to be a top-seeded team next year. The Zags won't win it. Just won't happen. Hey, I agree with you. I don't think they're going to win it all, but they are definitely going to be hyped up to be one of the contenders again next year, and it wouldn't surprise me if they get a 1 seed again next year, but nah. I don't know if they'll win it all. Probably not. They never really finished the job, but they are definitely going to be a very good team again next year. Also, a lot of stuff came out for college football. Just so much stuff. I have an actual hot take topic that I want to talk about. A personal opinion that I was thinking about today. Here later on. Once we get more people in here. But yeah, I seen that Ryan Day actually came out and said in an interview or something, but I seen it was quoted by him somewhere that Ohio State actually needs about $13 million on a yearly basis to keep their roster intact. I mean, what? That is just crazy. So they are paying $13 million a year to their players at Ohio State? My goodness. And NIL deals. That is just crazy, man. And it's only going to keep increasing year after year after year. I mean, we saw the Tennessee guy, Nico, I forget his last name, get $9 million to commit to Tennessee in an NIL contract. In college basketball, we've seen what's his name? I can't even think of it right now. The guy from Kansas State is super good. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now, but he got a 2-year, $6 million contract with the NIL company in Miami, and he's committed to Miami University. So 2 years, $6 million, $3 million a year. Oh, Nigel Pack. That's his name. I was trying to think of it. Crazy. The NIL deals, they're going to keep increasing. And until they come out with something, whether it's like a cap, something on it, then they're just going to keep bringing in more dollars. It's crazy, man. Yo, what's up, Hoops? How you doing, man? Is Duke getting anyone? I actually seen that they are in the hunt. Oh, wait, no. Not Duke, but I actually have a Duke video coming out tomorrow. They were in the hunt for AJ Green, not the NFL player, the basketball player out in northern Iowa, one of the best shooters in the country. But he actually opted to stay in the NBA draft. So he's going to go to the NBA. So they're not going to be able to pick him up. So I don't see them picking up anyone else in the transfer portal. But I do have a video coming out about Duke's recruits tomorrow because Duke is picking up 3 of the top 4 freshmen in the 2022 recruiting class based on 24/7 Sports, which is, the most reliable source when it comes to recruiting rankings. So, but yeah, Duke, they're picking up the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th ranked player on 24/7 Sports for this class. It reminds me a lot of the Zion, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish um, class in 2018, was it? The 2018 class? So yeah, y'all are going to be good next year. The only bad news about Duke, I don't see them picking up anyone in the transfer portal right now. The dude, AJ Green, he's going to go to the NBA draft. That would have been a huge pickup. Also, bad news for Duke. It came out last night along with these NBA draft opt-outs. The opt-ins came, and Duke was probably one of the biggest losers when it came to the opt-outs because not only did AJ Green opt to stay in the draft, but so did Trevor Keels. Trevor Keels is staying in the draft, so he will not return to Duke. So no Trevor Keels, no AJ Green for Duke, but they are getting 3 studs when it comes to the 2022 recruiting class. Video on that actually comes out tomorrow. So that would be a good one. College football went crazy. College football is just insane right now, man. Like, it actually is. And last stream, we talked all about it. We talked about all the stuff that I would personally change when it comes to college football. Because I was kind of like saying, if I was the new NCAA commissioner, this is what I would do with college football. But yeah, college football is just crazy. 4 or 5 stars, yes, 4 or 5 stars. But those top 3 guys are all top 5 recruits, which is crazy. Duke has the number 1 ranked recruiting class this year. Pretty crazy. I seen that Pete Nance was looking at transferring to North Carolina. Pretty interesting. He would be the replacement there at the power forward for Brady Manick. And that would be pretty scary considering they're bringing back their 4 other starters, including Armando Bacot, Caleb Love, all those boys, man. 1 4-star and 1 3-star. Yeah. Duke's always going to be good at recruiting, and yeah, they're getting it done this year. They got a number 1 recruiting class. They actually haven't had. I mean, they're always good at recruiting. They got Paulo Banchero last year, and Trevor Keels last year, AJ Griffin, all great players. This year, bringing them in again. Duke is always bringing in the big time recruits. Yo, what's up, Drake? But yeah, it's going to be interesting. There is a lot of great teams in college basketball. Like, when it comes to college football, I could tell you right now, it's probably going to be Ohio State, Alabama. Those teams are probably going to be in the college football playoff, and one of those 2 teams are probably going to win the championship next year. But when it comes to college basketball, there's so many good teams next year. I mean, I think about Duke bringing in those recruits. They are going to be good again next year. North Carolina, 4 returning starters. They might even bring in Pete Nance. I mean, that is just ridiculous. So, yeah, they're going to be good. Just talk about Gonzaga. They can never finish the job when it comes to winning the championship, but they're going to be very good again. I mean, Drew Timme returning. They just picked up Malachi Smith in the transfer portal. Probably, actually, according to my rankings that I did, was that last week or so, he was the number 1 transfer still on the board, averaged 20 points per game for Chattanooga last season, and hit a buzzer beater to send them to the NCAA tournament. Like I said, sent Chattanooga to the NCAA tournament and average 20 points a game. And yeah, you got Kentucky, Big O returning. They are going to be good again next year. So many teams, man. Houston, Baylor, Kansas is going to be good again. So many. Creighton. I talked about Creighton in a video. They're going to be stacked next year. I mean, there's just so many good teams. I actually have no idea who is going to win college basketball next year, and it's going to be a crazy season. I'm very excited for college basketball. Way more. I mean, I'm excited for college football because I miss it. I love watching football, but I'm way more excited for the college basketball season than I am college football season because I just know there's going to be so many good teams, and March is going to be insane. You look into that quarterback I was telling. Oh, I didn't. I definitely need to get to that. I will make a note of that. And make sure that I look into him. I forgot to do that. Duke in basketball is like Alabama in football. Yeah, I'd say Alabama is probably more dominant at football, but it's harder to be dominant in basketball because to get to the champion as far as winning championships, but recruiting wise, yeah, I would say Duke is like Alabama, but championship wise, Alabama is better than Duke. Harder. I'm not say harder because I'm not saying basketball is a harder sport because it's not. They're both hard sports to do at a top level, but I think it's harder to win basketball championships just because of the format of the playoffs. Having 64 teams in the playoffs, it's easier to get upset in basketball. That's in my opinion because you have one team, say you're a 5 seed and a 12 seed. One player on that 12 seeded team goes crazy on offense and defense, he can take over the entire game. Football, it's much harder for one player to take over a game like that, and that's all it takes for someone to get upset in college basketball, man. Thoughts on Kentucky basketball for next year? I got to look into their players. I know Ty Washington is entering the draft. I need to look into their roster more. I know Big O's returning, which, that automatically is going to make them a very, very good team next year. But I got to take a look at the rest of their roster. I know that they got one really good recruit. I think they have one top 10 recruit coming in because I was looking at the recruiting board the other day. And I know Shaden Sharp's going to be in the draft, so that situation went down, so they're not going to have him. I don't know. I have to look into the rest of Kentucky's roster, but I think they're going to be good again next year. I think they're going to be towards the top, if not the number one team in the SEC for basketball. So, yeah, Kentucky last March, prime example. Yeah, it happens. It only takes one player, either one player on I'm not going to say bad team, one player on the lower seeded team to just take over, or the best player on the top seeded team to just not be with it that day, have an off day. And an upset can happen in basketball. It's crazy. I mean, last season, Dayton beat Kansas in the regular season, which was your national championship. And Dayton didn't even make the tournament. I was watching that game. I seen Dayton hit a buzzer beater. I was going nuts. But Virginia basketball might come back from the dead. Virginia's going to be good. They're bare minimum a tournament team next year. They're going to be really, really good. They actually picked up a recruit. What's his name? Best player in the state of West Virginia this year, which is where I live. And he is the 40-something ranked player in this year's class. Really good. Really good. And he's going to Virginia. And I think Virginia, I've seen that they're returning like 85% of their minutes from last year's basketball team. Virginia's going to be good next year. Very good. Duke rotation next year. Point guard, Roach. Shooting guard, Whitehead. Small forward, Mitchell. Power forward, Flabowski. Center, Lively. Point guard 2, Blake. Shooting guard 2, Shut. Small forward 2, Blank. Power. Yeah, that looks good to me. I think that you're right. I definitely think that those 3 top recruits will be starting in Flabowski, Lively, and Whitehead. Roach, no doubt he's going to start again next year. He was a beast. In the tournament, I thought that Roach was one of Duke's best players. I mean, he was killing it, man. He was definitely killing it. So I look for him to take a big step up next year. They had Whitehead actually listed as a small forward, but he plays like a guard. You know who Derek Whitehead reminds me of, Hoops? He reminds me of, what was his name? Benedict Mathurin from last year's Arizona team. He reminds me of him a lot, and that's a good thing. Benedict Mathurin is going to be a lottery pick in this year's NBA draft, and he was a stud. I mean, led Arizona to a 1 seed in last year's tournament. So, yeah, Derek Whitehead looks like a beast, and I think that he will play shooting guard. So I agree with that. Will Tennessee football be that good? I think Tennessee is going to have the best year they've had in a while in football. Hendon Hooker is a beast. And when I did my top 50 quarterback rankings this year, I'm pretty sure Hendon Hooker, he was in the top 5 for me. I'm pretty sure he was like 4, just behind Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud, and Bryce Young. I think Hendon Hooker was 4th. So, yeah, he can do it through his legs, with his arm, and they got a lot of help on that offense. The only question would be Tennessee's defense a little bit, but I think they'll be able to compete. And they're definitely going to be competing. I don't think that Georgia and the SEC East is going to run away with it as much as people think. Like, I think Tennessee, Kentucky, maybe even Florida, South Carolina, all those teams are going to be very competitive. And I really find it hard to believe that Georgia is going to come out of this year without a loss. As far as the regular season, that doesn't mean that they won't win the SEC East, but it is a tough division this year. I think Tennessee is going to be very, very good. Very, very good. I would say 9-3 or so, Tennessee. I think they'll beat Pitt this year. Last year, Tennessee lost to Pitt, but they have a 1-1 series. I think that Tennessee beats Pitt this year, especially since they lost Kenny Pickett to the draft, Jordan Addison to USC. I think Tennessee's got that one. As far as their non-conference schedule, who else do they play non-con? I'm not sure. I have to look at their schedule, but I'd say 9-3, 10-2. They could get that. We're going to have way more depth this year. We only played 7 guys last season. Yeah, I agree. Duke is going to be a very good team next year. Lost some guys to the draft. Mark Williams, of course, Paulo Banchero, Trevor Keels. Did AJ Griffin enter the draft? Yeah, you didn't have him in your starting lineup, so I guess AJ Griffin entered the draft. Losing a lot of guys, but bringing a lot of guys back in through the recruiting. Roach is returning. He's going to be a solid leader for that team. I think Duke's going to have some great depth this year. And I think Virginia, Duke, of course, North Carolina, they're going to be very good next year. Miami is going to be good in the ACC too. The ACC is going to be so good. And I think a lot of people underestimated them, including myself. Not Duke, but just the ACC last year, because only 4 or 5 teams from the ACC made the tournament last year, and then 3 of them were in the Elite 8 in Miami, Duke, and North Carolina. I think I think the ACC is going to get a lot more bids to the tournament this year, because I think during the regular season they're going to be a lot more respected, because Virginia, they're going to be back. Duke's going to be good again. North Carolina's going to be very good again. Miami's going to be good. They brought in Nigel Pack. That other guy, I forget his Norchad O'Meara. There's some other teams in the ACC that are going to be good again next year too. Notre Dame. It's a tough conference. They might be up. They're going to be up there. The Big East is going to be good again. The Big 12 is going to be good again. I mean, with basketball, there is amazing teams in every conference, for sure. Let's see, 8-team playoff or a 16-team playoff. I would probably prefer the 12, but if I had to pick one, I think 8 would be better. I think 16 is too much. You look at who was ranked in the final playoff poll last year at 16. It was probably like someone like Houston. I can't even think of it right now, but they don't need to be in the playoff. I think 8 or 12 is a good cutoff line. So then you don't have teams that are ranked like 15, 16, like in the playoff. I feel like that's too much. I feel like 12 is the most. I would prefer 8 over 16 if I had to choose. If I had to guess, Kentucky's starting 5 will be point guard Wheeler. Okay, Wheeler's coming back. Shooting guard Carson Wallace. Small forward Chris Livingston. Power forward Antonio Reeves or Jacob Toppin. And center Big O. Solid, pretty solid. Yo, what's up, Kansas fan? How you doing, man? Yeah, Kentucky's going to be very good again next year. Very, very good again next year. I wonder, can I share my screen? I wonder if I can share my screen. I guess not. I was trying to figure out how to share my screen on here so I could look at some of the recruits coming in. That's all right. I'm still trying to figure out StreamYard. Been using it lately. I like it a lot. But I don't think I can share my screen. But that's okay. But yeah, college basketball looking great next year. I'm very, very excited. I'm honestly way more excited for college basketball than I am for college football, just because there's just so many good teams, man. So many good teams. It is insane. What's Gonzaga's lineup next year? They're going to be stuck. They're going to be stacked, man. Drew Timmy's coming back at center. Malachi Smith's probably going to play point guard. Rasir Bolton is coming back, so there you go. You got your guard duo right there. And then the other two, off the top of my head, I can't really think of it, but those 3 players alone are going to make Gonzaga a very good team next year. It ain't going that good. Yo, why not, man? You good? Yo, what's up, Gary Patterson? How you doing, man? They will be good, but not that good. Who? Gonzaga? Could you see which teams are interested in Joey Baker next year? Yeah, I could probably look at that. Wallace, number 8 recruit, and Livingston, number 11 national recruit. Okay, those are the 2 top guys that I was seeing the other day. Yeah. But yeah, let's see. Let's see where Joey Baker's looking to go next year. Joey Baker 24/7. Is he crystal ball? He's not crystal balled to go anywhere as of right now. Let me see if I can find any rumors about him. Joey Baker has entered the transfer portal, so that came out May 18th. 1 year of eligibility remaining. Career stats, 5 points per game, 2 rebounds a game, 38% from the three. Don't see any rumors as where he's going. It looks like Michigan's interested. Michigan's interested in Joey Baker. So far that is the only team I see. So maybe Michigan for Joey Baker. We'll see. Kansas fan, you hate Gonzaga. Hey man. We'll see if Gonzaga can ever actually win a championship, right? They've had some solid teams. Maybe this year is the year. I think Malachi Smith is a massive pickup. I'm going to make a Gonzaga video very soon. Based on Drew Timme coming back and Malachi Smith transferring there. They're going to be very solid. That's for sure, man. Will they win the championship? I would say no. If I had to bet them or the field, I'm taking the field. I mean, the field is so good this year. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of upsets, and I don't think Gonzaga is, going to be built to make it all the way. Like if they haven't, I think if they're going to win the championship, is going to be with Jalen Suggs, and that team that lost to Baylor in the championship game. I don't know if this team is better than that team. Probably not. Power forward Antoine Watson, center Timme. Yeah, they have Watson at power forward. That's right. Bolton at shooting guard, Malachi Smith at point guard, Timme at center. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. This Gonzaga stuff has gone too far. I'm not buying it. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they're going to win the championship, but they're going to be a very good team next year. Again, definitely. They're going to be solid. I mean, Drew Timme is going to be unstoppable, and they play in the West Coast Conference. Like, Malachi Smith is going to probably average 20 a game again, and Bolton's going to be solid. Timmy's going to be doing his thing. Like, they're not going to lose a lot of games in the West Coast Conference. I mean, St. Mary's is going to lose a lot of players. San Francisco lost a lot of players. So the West Coast Conference is going to be even easier than last year. Like, they're just going to tear through it, man. And you know how the bids are. They're definitely getting a 1 seed if they do that. They love Gonzaga over at, in the committee whenever they make the brackets. Look up and see where Shaedon Sharp's going to be drafted. Yeah, I can do that. Let's see. Looks like he's predicted to go somewhere between 4th and 8th. Some people have him as the first-ranked guard. Some people have him as the second-ranked guard, just behind Jaden Ivey. Comparing him to Brandon Roy, that is pretty high expectations there. Pretty high expectations. But yeah. Will the Pac-12 make the playoffs? That's a fun question. Interesting to think about. You think 4-team playoff? I actually think a Pac-12 team might make the playoffs this year, whether it's USC or Utah. One of those teams might make the playoffs because I'm trying to think. I don't think anyone from the Big 12 will make the playoffs. I think Ohio State will make it. I think Alabama will make it. But out of the Big 12, I don't think any of them will make it. I think the ACC has potential to. A couple of teams have potential they could make the playoffs from the ACC, but will they eat each other alive, kind of like the Pac-12 normally does? That could happen. Um, you could see maybe a second SEC team get in there, whether it's Georgia, Texas A&M. But I actually think that this year the Pac-12 has a better chance of getting a team in the playoffs than a lot of years in recent memory. So I would say yes. I think either USC or Utah will make the playoffs this year. Kind of a bold take there, but I'd say so. I knew he was a stud, but wow, I was not expecting top 5 projection. Yeah. I think that he's went up. I think his projection went up a lot recently. So yeah, that's about where he's at now, 4 to 8. And if I were to guess, I would say he's probably going 4, 5, or 6. I don't think he'll fall to 8. Well, the stream went by super fast, man. We've already been live for 30 minutes. We had a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about today. Oh, wait. I think I figured out how to... Wait, can you guys see that? Hold up. I think I figured out how to share my screen. Oh! Let's go! I figured out how to share my screen, guys. All right, hold up. I am new to using StreamYard, and I just figured that out, so. Wait, which tab was it? That one. Nice. Can you guys see that? Hey, I'm not looking at chat right now, so sorry. But I'll get back to you. Okay, so tomorrow's video, I reacted to Duke's top 3 recruits, which are Derek Lively II, Derek Whitehead, and Kyle Flipowski. All very good players. I will say that now. Nick Smith, big time pickup for Arkansas. There's Carson Wallace, number 5 ranked recruit on 24/7 right now. Oregon getting a big pickup with Kalel Ware. He's from North Little Rock too. I'm surprised Arkansas didn't pick him up. He's probably Arkansas was probably very heavily in there. Dylan Mitchell, big time pickup for Texas. I was looking into him, and I was also looking into this other guy, Arterio Morris, which is right here. Arterio Morris is going to be a beast, along with Anthony Black. Those are the 2 top point guards in this year's class, and they are going to be studs. I think Arterio Morris is going to be one of the best players in college here soon. Jordan Walsh. This guy, I hope that he turns out to be a beast because he kind of looks like a 2K default character, which is hilarious. And I just love that. You got Grady Dick gonna go to Kansas. I feel like when I say his name, I'm gonna get demonetized, but awesome name. I mean, just awesome. Awesome stuff. I'll look into some more in a minute. I'm gonna get caught up with chat here if we got any. 2021 junior season games started. 12 passing completions. Those are Drew Novak stats. All right, I got you. I was wondering who. Those are crazy stats, man. I mean, chat. Look at these stats. My goodness, boy. That guy has a disease. Yes. He literally looks like a 2K default character, bro. Where? Which thing did I use before? All right, I'm figuring this thing out here on StreamYard, but yeah. Who else? Mark Mitchell, another Duke recruit here. This is their 4th 5-star, the 12th ranked player. I mean, look at this. Number 1 recruiting class, 70 point, so much ahead of the number 2, which is North Carolina this year. Baylor's getting a big time pickup, and Keontae George at shooting guard. I mean, geez, Baylor is just. Scott Drew that's got to be like the best build of a program ever. I mean, what Scott Drew's done at Baylor is amazing. I mean, amazing. Amari Bailey, he might be nice going to UCLA. Cam Whittemore going to Villanova. It seems like every time Villanova gets a top recruit, he turns out to be a stud no matter what, just because their program's so good there at Villanova. Jarris Walker going to Houston. I mean, Houston, I feel like they always have a really good power forward. Kelvin Sampson, he has done an awesome job too. There's so many great coaches. Brandon Miller. Wow, Alabama's low-key been picking up some solid players recently, guys. In basketball too. So here's Kentucky's other top recruit, Chris Livingston. I kind of already talked about Anthony Black. Him and Arterio Morris are beast. They are some studs. Some studs for sure. Oh wait, here's this guy I was talking about that committed to Virginia. Isaac Mckinley. Top player out of my state, West Virginia. Ranked 45th in the class, 4-star recruit. He's going to Virginia. That's a good pickup for the Cavs. He's a really good player. Very good player. Love Chris Livingston. Can you look at him? Yeah, I might look into that in a minute. Yeah. Let's go look at Livingston, and then we will go to 2023 hoops. Here's Chris Livingston. Let's look at him. Small forward, 6'6", 200 pounds. I mean, my goodness. Out of Mouth of Wilson, Virginia. I feel like I passed through there before. Maybe I'm just lying, but yeah, dude looks like a beast. I'm probably not gonna watch any highlights on stream, but yeah, I'm gonna look into all these players. Like I said, with tomorrow's video, if you guys like me reacting to some of these players' highlights, I'll see how it does. If it does good, then I'll do more. But we'll see if everybody likes it. Let's see, 2023 top recruit G.G. Jackson, already committed to North Carolina. He's a power forward. I thought it said that he was a point guard at 6'9". I was about to go crazy, man. DJ Wagner, looks like he is 67% Louisville, 33% Kentucky right now. So he's going to one of those rival schools. Memphis is also warm for him. Syracuse, Temple were cooled off there. But yeah, right now it looks like two-headed race between Kentucky and Louisville to get the number 2 of 2023. Justin Edwards, small forward. Let's see which schools are his top schools. Kentucky also. Kentucky might have the number 1 class of 2023. if they can get the Justin Edwards here and that other guy too, crazy. Tennessee also warm on him. Auburn, Kansas, Villanova, all looking in to get Justin Edwards there. Xavier Booker, power forward. Looks like Michigan State, Tom Izzo doing some work there. Duke is in the mix there as well. Butler, Cincinnati, Clemson all cooled off for him. Oregon already getting a commitment there from Mookie Cook. Mackenzie Mcbako, probably not pronouncing that right, already committed to Duke along with Sean Stewart. So the number 6 and the number 9 overall recruits already committed to Duke, and they are in the mix for the number 3 overall recruit. Mates Bulls, Florida State. Kind of so Wake Forest. Okay, he's good. And Kentucky, North Carolina. Also looking to maybe go straight to the G League. Interesting. Surprised to see Wake Forest on that list, but some great players played at Wake Forest. I mean, Chris Paul, Tim Duncan, some great players. Wow, Duke's also got another 5-star recruit. They already got 3 5-star recruits for 2023. Tyrese Proctor, point guard, the 11th overall recruit, a 6'4" point guard. My goodness. Oh yeah, Mikey Williams is in this class. Mikey Williams is a big internet sensation here. Looks like he's maybe just going to go straight into the G League. I would think that's probably what he's going to do. Alabama State, I'm pretty sure that is a HBCU school. So maybe he'd go there, similar to what Travis Hunter did in football when he went to Jackson State, maybe. Possibility there. Yeah, it's a pretty good class, guys. Duke got a 4-star again right here, Caleb Foster. They already got 4 commitments for 2023. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Might mean something for Virginia. Yeah, that dude is a beast, man. I've seen him play live. At the he won the West Virginia State Championship at his high school, I'm pretty sure. I think it was actually versus my high school this year. Or, well, my former high school, so kind of crazy. Also, I've seen Oscar Tshiebwe play live in high school. He played because he went to high school in Pennsylvania, not too far from me, and my school MHS played against him, and we got destroyed. I mean, dude was killing high school competition, as you could imagine. And then he ended up committing to West Virginia University, which is where my high school is, before he transferred to Kentucky. So, yeah. You can't get away from Duke. Nah, they're killing it in recruiting. I'm going to the Duke camp. John Shire is going to coach me. Hey, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. This probably an amazing camp to go to. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. We have another 4-star after those guys. My goodness. Duke has just been killing it in recruiting, guys. Kentucky already got commit 23 national recruit for 2023. Reed Shepherd and his dad, Jeff Shepherd, played at Kentucky. I mean, yeah, that's great to have. Great to have. I'm open WVU. I know we are probably going to get Noel Devine's son. I think we already offered him a scholarship, but he's like, I think he's only like a sophomore in high school, but he's already got a offer from us. Let me see if there's any other college basketball news here. Wow, look at this. Andy Katz. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen with you guys real quick. Andy Katz came out with this right here, this Power 36 today, after everything that went down with the NBA draft commitment or opt-outs and opt-ins to the draft. North Carolina at 1, Gonzaga at 2, Kentucky at 3. That's fine I'm fine with that top 3. Are you guys behind the UCLA hype for next year? Because me personally, is UCLA going to be that good next year? I don't think so. Johnny Juzang's out. What is Yaquez gonna like? He's gonna be a good player, but I don't think UCLA is gonna be a top 10 team. Come on now. I just can't get behind the UCLA hype. I know they made the Final Four 2 years ago. Last year, they had a pretty good run in the tournament, but they were only a 4 seed. Everybody expected them to be like a top 5 team the entirety of last year. But I just can't get behind the UCLA hype this year. Maybe I'm missing something, but Kansas at number 5, defending national champions. Houston, number 6, they're going to be really good. Indiana at number 7. Whew! That is pretty high. And I know that they're bringing back Tracy Jackson, and he's going to be an awesome player. And Indiana actually has 2 5-star recruits coming in this year. So they're going to be a good team. But would I have them ranked as the top Big Ten team? I don't think so. Then Baylor and Texas, both going to be very good next year. What do you guys think about that list? I mean, I just can't get behind UCLA, guys. I just can't get behind UCLA. I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on that, but that is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. That's got to be a no from me about UCLA. I just can't get behind the hype on that. Let's see what else I can find that might be interesting to discuss here. If you guys want to stay updated with the college football too, but college basketball news especially, I'm constantly tweeting when news drops. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do that. And I always tweet out when I post a video, stuff like that. And if we can get enough people on the Twitter, then I'll start posting polls about like what videos you guys want to see, stuff like that on the Twitter as well. But yeah, what do y'all think about that Andy Katz list? I don't think I can get behind that. That UCLA pick is whew. Oh wait. Hoops. I see some news coming out. And I know I said that I don't think that Duke is in the running for anyone, but it looks like after Trevor Keels stayed in the draft, Courtney Ramey seemed to be Duke's plan B. Duke may be in the running for Courtney Ramey now. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right. UVA may win the ACC. Armstrong is good. Armstrong is good. Red Rocket, man. Red Rocket. Yeah. Virginia, I don't think they'll win the ACC, but they're going to be a very good team next year. And here's kind of like my take. I was thinking about it today. And if I'm delusional, you guys can just tell me, because sometimes I can be, sometimes I just think too much, you know? But here's what I was thinking today. I think, first off, let me say this. The SEC, no doubtably, the best conference in college football. Everybody knows that. Nothing to debate. But the second best conference in college football, in my opinion, this year, this upcoming season, might be the ACC over the Big Ten. And, Big Ten fans, whoop, plug your ears or something, because I know this will make Big Ten fans mad. I'm not saying it's true. I said, call me out on it if I'm kind of being delusional. But I think head-to-head wise, team to team, on a team-to-team basis, the Big Ten or the ACC might be better than the Big Ten. And that is just something I've been thinking about today. Like, if you really, really think about it, you have Ohio State, very good team. Does the ACC really have a team like Ohio State? Well, they got Clemson. I think Clemson's going to be probably have the best defense in the country next year. Clemson's going to be very, very solid. Ohio State's going to be a better team, but I'm not looking at just the top teams versus the top teams on the ACC. I'm talking about the whole conference versus the whole conference. So in the Big Ten, you got Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Penn State. Those 5 teams are always going to be very good. And then you got teams like Iowa, Purdue, Minnesota. Those teams are going to be solid as well. But then you got teams like Northwestern, who might actually be decent this year and make a bowl game, but, they're not that great. Illinois, Indiana, Nebraska. Nebraska's might be good, decent too this year. So I'm not going to count them out, and you got Maryland and Rutgers. Like, to me, the Big Ten is very, very top heavy. And then you look at the ACC. And I'm going to look at good teams. Good teams right now. All right. You got Wake Forest, Clemson, of course. Miami's going to be good this year. Virginia is pretty decent. North Carolina is going to be decent again this year. You got Louisville with Malik Cunningham. He's going to be good again this year. You got Boston College with Phil Jerkovich, who's going to be good next year. You got Pitt, who, even though they're losing Kenny Pickett and Jordan Addison, a lot of people still believe they could be a top 25 team. I'm probably missing some teams as well. I mean, Florida State, they've been building something. They could do a little something next year that might go 7-5. Who knows? But that's, those teams, pretty solid guys. Now, I think the ACC, potentially could be better than the Big Ten next year. For sure. But yeah, I don't think Virginia can win the ACC in football, but I think the Red Rocket could lead them to a very good record. I was talking about purely football, and I said SEC, definitely my number one for football. But I was debating the number 2 best conference in football between the Big Ten and the ACC. Big Ten versus SEC showdown. Both conferences get 5 teams. What are your matchups for football? That is interesting. I guess Alabama and Ohio State, that's the easy one, right? The 2 big dogs. And I'll just kind of go down the list on who I think is going to be the best teams out of the 5. Number 2, I'd say the 1 seed versus the 1 seed is Alabama versus Ohio State. The 2s, I guess you can go Georgia and Michigan. The threes, you can go Wisconsin. And the 3 for the SEC is where it kind of gets tough. You think about all the good teams in the SEC. Who is the 3 in the SEC? Texas A&M. They got the recruits. I guess we can go Texas A&M versus Wisconsin. The 4s. Who is the 4th best team in the SEC? It might be Tennessee or Kentucky. It's debatable. It is, but I'll just, for this sake, I'll go Tennessee versus Penn State for the 4s, and then the 5s, we can go Michigan State versus Kentucky, or who else is in the SEC West? I don't think Auburn this year. I don't think Ole Miss this year. Even a lot of people are high on Ole Miss. Arkansas, potentially. And then I'd probably give it to Kentucky. LSU, who knows what LSU is going to be next year. But yeah, I'll go Kentucky, Michigan State for the 5s. That'd probably be my matchups. And who would win those matchups? Alabama, Ohio State. That one's tough, though. To me, those are probably the 2 best teams in the country. The 2s, who would I say? Georgia, Michigan. I'll give it to Georgia because we just seen it happen in the semifinal last year. The 3s, give me, who did I say for the 3s? Wisconsin, Texas A&M. That would be a good game. I'd probably give it to Texas A&M. The 4s, Tennessee versus Penn State. I'd probably give that. I might give that one to Penn State. I don't know. That would be a really good game. And then Kentucky, Michigan State. I'd probably give that one to Kentucky. Because Michigan State lost a lot. And you could even say the 5 might not be Michigan State in the Big Ten. It could be maybe Iowa. It's debatable. I guess I'd give it to Michigan State, but I'd definitely give the win to Kentucky or Arkansas, whoever is the 5. Clemson, Miami, Virginia, Wake Forest, NC State. I forgot NC State when I was talking about them. UNC, Pitt, all great. And Boston College, Louisville, also going to be very good. Maybe even another team that I'm not even thinking about right now. But yeah, the ACC is pretty solid next year for football. And that's facts. That is facts. Thoughts that would be a fun idea? I think it would be an awesome idea. If we got to see a SEC Big Ten showdown, I mean, I would be up for it. Like, that would be so entertaining to watch, honestly. Like, the Alabama-Ohio State one, that would be awesome to watch. I think even Georgia-Michigan, I mean, it was a blowout kind of in the semifinal last year, but I think it would be a lot closer this year since of how much Georgia lost, but I still think Georgia would win. And then the 3, Texas A&M versus Wisconsin would be really fun. Penn State, Kentucky, or Penn State, Tennessee would be really good. Michigan, Kentucky would be, all those matchups would be awesome to watch. So I think it would be a great idea. Would they ever do it? Probably not. Because the SEC already plays such a hard schedule. I doubt that that's why they schedule so many like terrible teams, Like, they'll probably schedule one good non-conference game a year. This is a fun stream. We got some good stuff coming out. Tomorrow, we have reactions to Duke's top 3 recruits coming in next year. If you guys like that video, then we'll definitely do more on that series. Um, and I'm gonna have to have a Gonzaga video coming out here soon because picking up Malachi Smith is just a huge, huge, huge pickup. Um, and yeah, we got some other stuff coming out. I need some ideas for college football. Um, I kind of stopped doing my record predictions series for college football because, especially after the Florida one. Oh, don't like get me started, man. Georgia fans, I predicted them to get one loss, man. And trust me, I still stand by that. I don't think Georgia's going to be undefeated in the regular season again. You guys know how hard that is to do? Whew. But yeah, I think Georgia's going to lose one game and go 11-1 in the regular season. And Georgia fans were pretty livid about that. Like they think that they're going undefeated again. I don't think so. But the Florida fans especially were getting on me about predicting them to go 6-6. Like I said, I think Florida's ceiling is probably 8-4, 9-3 at most. But yeah, I just didn't. They weren't even pulling that many views either, so I just decided to go away with that series. But yeah, I need to find some other ideas for college football videos. I've been doing a lot of college basketball recently. You guys liked my tier ranking, so I was thinking maybe I might do another tier ranking video for college football, maybe ranking teams like helmets, their jerseys, and like the S tier, the A tier, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, you should do a video on Drew Novak closer to football. Might have to do that. I did some videos like that's why I'm gonna have to see about the top 3 Duke recruits video that I have coming out tomorrow. We'll see how that one does. Because whenever I used to do the football recruit videos, like I did one on Travis Hunter after he committed to Jackson State. And, it didn't do very good. And I did a few other recruits as well. And they just weren't pulling that many views. So we'll see how the basketball ones do. But those are videos that I love to make. They're very fun to react to these highlights. But we'll just see how they do because the football ones especially they didn't do very good on the channel. He also led the nation in passing yards last year. The dude's stats that you put in the chat, crazy, man. I'm definitely gonna look into him. I don't know if I'll do a video on him just because the football reactions, at least for high school recruit players, they just haven't been doing good on my channel whenever I used to do them. But yeah, no matter what, I'm definitely going to look into him, even if it's off video. Let's see if I can find any other news. Because there are constantly news for college basketball the past few days. It's crazy that Gonzaga got Malachi Smith. I mean, I couldn't believe that. Like, after I made my thumbnail for this video and everything, I was like, damn. After Drew Timme returned, they got Malachi Smith too. Yeah, facts, Drake. It's not all about the views, but I am trying to, grow the channel a lot, and I do put some good work into my videos. So like, I like to put out not only what I enjoy, but also what my subscribers enjoy. So if you guys enjoy it, like the hot takes series is a good example of that, because the hot takes videos usually don't get a lot of views, but it gets my subs interacted into the videos, and I love making those videos because I love seeing your guys' hot takes. So that is the series I'm definitely continuing to do, no matter the views. I love the hot take series. But yeah, that's facts. I do enjoy making reaction videos, but if a lot of my subs aren't watching or stuff like that, then probably switch it up a little bit, because I want to do what you guys want to see, and grow this community, because we have a great community. The subs that I have that really support the channel are awesome people, and I want to continue to grow that for sure. Yeah. Probably gonna hop off the stream though here in a little bit. Already been live for an hour. It doesn't even seem like it. Like, I have so much fun talking on stream with y'all. The pods are a nice idea. The pods grew on me, last stream I came on here hot. I was like, man, why are we going to the pods? It seems like such an unnecessary step. But you guys convinced me that the pods were actually a pretty good idea, and I think I agree now. Like, I had some more time to reflect on it. I think pods are actually a pretty good idea. You play 3 teams in your pod every year, 6 teams, 6 other conference games every year. I think it works. The 6-3, 3-3, as far as 6 conference games, 3 conference games that you play every year, and then 3 non-con games. I like it actually now. It's grown on me a lot. For sure. But yeah, guys, I think I might go ahead and hop off of the stream. It's been a really fun one. I feel like we kind of covered everything that's been going on. I'm going to have some videos coming out here soon. Like I said, tomorrow is the Duke reaction videos. I really like doing those reaction videos. I hope you guys enjoy that one. And then I'm going to have to work on the Gonzaga video after the big news today. So, yeah, I need to get some more college football videos out there, though. So, maybe do another tier video, something like that. I don't know. I'll be thinking about it tonight. I'm gonna have to hop off the stream, and I'm actually gonna watch some Drew Novak highlights, because I forgot to do that after last week's stream. So I'm definitely gonna go check out some Drew Novak highlights, like pretty much right after I hop off stream. I'm gonna chill and watch some of those. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out live on the stream. If you guys are watching this as a video later on, remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to tune in live on YouTube next week for same day on Thursday, so you guys can be a part of the stream, be a part of the conversation, and bring any topics you like to the stream here live. And you guys can also call in live, so if you guys would like to do that. So appreciate it, GL Pat. I'll see you later. Appreciate you too, Drake. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming by. We'll be back at next week. See you.